Swiss. I love my woman, I love my family, and let's go! Let's go! Slovensko! Hey, hey, Slovensko! Slovensko! Slovensko!
Okay. Yeah, of course. I thought.
Please welcome Team Switzerland. Tervetuloa Sveitsin joukkue. Please welcome Team Slovakia. Tervetuloa Slovakian joukkue. The game officials for this game have been licensed and assigned by the International Ice Hockey Federation. Tämän ottelun tuomarit on nimennyt kansainvälinen jääkiekkoliitto. The referees of the game, päätuomarit Andris Ansons, Jake Rikotsky. The linespersons, linjatuomarit Jake Davies, Hannu Sormunen. Tervetuloa.
Martin Faravari joins Team Slovakia, the 22-year-old, just eliminated with the Washington Capitals. A very good year for them, as Mike Johnson mentioned, so he bolsters the Slovak roster that has high hopes for this competition. The officials, Andris Ansons and Jake Rikotsky, are the referees. Jake Davis and Hannu Sormunen are the linesmen.
And a little hug between the captain and New Jersey teammates, Tomas Tatar and Nico Hischier.
Patrick Fischer, two-time Olympian for Switzerland in his 7th year as the coach of their national team, and one of his players will make history here tonight and again on Saturday. Craig Ramsey played in the NHL for 14 years with the Buffalo Sabres, over 1,000 games. Head coach in the NHL for Buffalo, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. He guided them, Slovaks it is, to a bronze medal in the Beijing Olympics. And there is Andres Abiol playing his 119th World Championship game tonight. That ties the record for most games played, set by Udo Kiesling of Germany. So against Canada on Saturday, Abiol, who already holds the record for the most tournaments played in with 17, will break the record for games played in the World Championship. And IIHF President Luc Tardif will be here for the occasion. 34-year-old Leonardo Giannoni won another Swiss League championship with EV Zug this year. He's won a championship 7 times in that league with 3 different teams. And Adam Huska, who plays for Hartford in the American Hockey League, a Ranger prospect, allowed 5 goals on 44 shots in the loss to Canada. Switzerland 3-0. The Slovaks 1-2. You need about 12 points. You get 3 wins for every regulation win. The Slovaks still have Kazakhstan, Italy, and Denmark on the schedule, but a win today would really bolster their hopes. They have more than just moderate hopes of doing well there. They think they've got a very good team, and the Swiss know they do. Charasnak sends that down. It was an 8-1 win for the Swiss last year, as Patrick Berchi sends it ahead to Turkov, and Calvin Turkov flips that in.
Whoa.
Tatar.
Flip on Berchi's going to get a penalty early.
And he knocked out Thomas Tatar. 20 seconds in, the Slovaks are going to the power play.
Berchi's trying to say it was my hip.
Team Switzerland, number 18, 2 minutes, tripping.
Yeah, that's a lot of lower body contact between. Yeah, it's shin on shin, leg on leg, easy call to make, and it brought an opportunity for Slovakia to get going here on the power play early. 2 for 9 in the tournament so far. Jump out to an early lead.
Slovaks open with a 4-2 win over France. Lost a close one, 2-1 to Germany, then beaten by Canada 5-1. Tatar with a shot. Goes off a stick up and out of play. Swiss open with a 5-2 win over Italy. Beat Denmark 6-0, then eked out a 3-2 win over Kazakhstan. The Kazakhs came back late to get within a goal. Slovaks 2 for 9 in the power play of the tournament. Tatar has one of their power play goals. The other scored by Takac. Charasnak keeps it across. Pospisil, shot. It goes off a stick. Bounce just wide of the goal. Kukan can't clear it out. Tatar has it stolen and sent down the ice by Enzo Corby.
Oh, there's a shoot first mentality. Tatar took about 3 seconds to put one down on the net. Pospisil, the same thing, wanted to soften up the PK with some early shots.
And now Charasnak lost the puck and a chance for Dennis Mulligan. Short-handed shoot, scores! Dennis Mulligan with the steal and the short-handed goal, and Switzerland takes a 1-0 lead. And the blistering tournament continues for Dennis Mulligan.
You wouldn't have thought penalty kill would be somewhere he would shine as well. But Charasnak just bobbles this one, and Nice little pass out to space by Suter, though. Not too hard. Malkin can step right into it, and poor Ushka hasn't even touched the puck yet. And he's got a one-timer from the hash marks. This is such a nice touch by Suter. Slow enough that Malkin can skate into it, and he just rifles it over the pad. Perchi, what a good penalty I took.
Malkin spent parts of 4 seasons in the NHL with Florida and Toronto. Came back to Europe this year, played for Zurich in the Swiss League, had a very good year there, scored 21 goals. And he has scored in every game now for the Swiss.
There's a lot of pro scouts here watching this, and I wonder if they think they will be the ones to unlock the talent in North America. That's some okay years, almost 200 games between Florida and Toronto. Scored 28 goals, and you see the skills.
Fantoshi works in, and now Glauser on it.
Offside. So Malkin, in this group of high-flying Swiss forwards, has been the best of the bunch. And it's been early in games. He opened the scoring a couple minutes in the first game. He rang the post a couple minutes in a different game. And here we are, not even a minute and a half in, and he has scored the opener for Switzerland.
He's only 25.
Plenty young to come back if there's a fit for him.
21 goals in the Swiss League is...
That's a big number.
And now a steal by Turkov. He comes in short-handed. Turkov shoots, and Huska gets a piece of that.
Tereznak's going to the bench. He's not coming back on. He's like, I've had enough of this power play. What is going on right now? The usually reliable,
right? He's the rock back there.
Veteran defender. He's simple D to D, and he puts it right onto Turkov's stick. But you know what this is? It's the speed of Switzerland. Can catch you because they close down lanes a bit quicker. They jump into gaps a little bit faster. And if your mind's not moving quickly, you get yourself in trouble.
That shoot and hit the linesman.
Ouch. Tough start. Surprised it wasn't Teresnak who hit him with it. My goodness. And here's Turkov. That's a nice relief by him and a good save by Huska, and an important one. Perchi might not leave the box if they score another shorty while he's in there.
Christoph plays it back around to Teresnak. Michael Christoph scored the only goal for the Slovaks last year in that 8-1 loss. Lead pass to Christoph. Works it back to Pospisil. Slaps it back to Teresnak. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Christoph. Pospisil all set up on the far side. Christoph. Down to Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky, the top-rated draft prospect. Back down to Tatar. Final seconds of this power play. Tatar to Slavkovsky trying to poke that back in front. And it's picked up by Turkov, who buys some time, and Perchi joins the rush. Turkov drops for Malkin. Malkin back for Turkov. Huska looks back. The puck was between his pads and scored it out.
Good play. Better save. That was nice by Turkov, stringing that out, getting his stick on the pass over, trying to tap it 5-hole, and Huska recognized it, just squeezed him, spun it out the back door.
2 shots in that power play, both by the Swiss. And here's Malkin with it. Malkin. Up ahead for Suter. Lays it back around, and Milos Roman up for Lishka. And back to pick it up is Mario German. Swiss didn't exactly, or the Slovaks rather, didn't exactly set the Olympics on fire in the preliminary round. They went 1-2, but then won their qualifying round match. And just ran from there, beat the U.S. 4-3 in a shootout in the quarters. Lost to Finland in their semifinal matchup, and then shut out Sweden to win the bronze medal. Philip Kurashev for Timo Meyer. Back to Geitzer, a long shot that's tipped on goal by Hischier, and a good stop by Huska. Huska walking into a buzzsaw here tonight.
This feels like the better version of Switzerland, moving quickly.
Now Glauser, a long shot, and Huska the save on that.
That would be a confidence-shaking kind of start for Teresnak. A couple of turnovers here. He loses his guy going backdoor as well. Bailed out that time by his goaltender. A really good play. Malgin over to Thurkoff. Was robbed by Huska.
Also underway at this hour in Tampere. The host Finns against Sweden.
I wonder what the viewership is for that game in Finland.
And Sweden.
It's high.
Yes. Ambuel kicks out ahead. Herzog after it. Bumps there with Adam Sikora. Another draft eligible. Slovaks have 3 guys on their roster. Slavkovsky, Nemeth, and Sikora will all go fairly in the draft. Sikora might be a second rounder. Slavkovsky's rated likely top 5. Nemeth is probably a top 10 pick. And there is Yuri Slavkovsky. 7 goals in 7 games at the Olympics, which wasn't a great talent pool. What scouts are looking for, Mike, is a breakout performance at the top level. He was 5 goals, 31 games at TPS Turku this year in the Finnish league.
He didn't play a lot, and they don't score a lot in that league.
Right.
So you can average that down a little bit. And he's been good in this tournament. Physically, you get the speed, the size, but the finish, not yet there.
Siegenthaler fires that down. Huska back to pick it up. How about his first NHL start? Second half of a back-to-back for the New York Rangers against Colorado.
See what Colorado can still do.
7-1 loss.
Yeesh.
Kukan. Now a wraparound try, and just missing on that was Tristan Shervay. Next time, just throw me in a volcano. You want to make a human sacrifice out of it.
Yeah, Colorado has got the ability, maybe more than any other team in the NHL, when they're on, to just swamp you.
And a long shot taken by Nemeth. Rattled high and wide. Slavkovsky after it, but knocked away from him and played back to center ice by Suter. Here is Nemeth. Simon Nemeth comes in across the line, but the play is called offside.
So Nemeth, he said, rated kind of in the top 10-ish, around that 10 spot, which does open up a lot of teams to be interested in him. Because you have the teams that could move down, teams that could move up. You probably have the teams 7 to 14 that would maybe be thinking about taking him. And he's also been steady, solid, which is impressive for a draft-eligible player in this tournament.
This is the 5th different Slovak national team he's played for this year. He played in the under-18 Division 1A, the World Junior, the Olympics, and now the World Championship.
A lot of jerseys.
With a hard shot taken there by Simeon, kicked away by Huska. Fora fires, it goes off a leg. Great pace to start here. 4-1, the shots on goal in favor of Switzerland. Dennis Malgin's shorthanded goal stands as the only one. Earlier today here in Helsinki, France, a last-minute tying goal and an overtime winner to defeat Italy. That all but assures France of a spot in next year's tournament. Now Glauser, a long shot. That was tipped in front by Meyer, and a good stop by Huska.
Slovakia's going to have to tighten up in their slot area, tie up some sticks as Switzerland's getting a piece of all of these point shots.
Rink wide pass to Nico Hischier, drops it back to Meyer. Works it on Roman. Meyer holds him off. Back to Glauser, to Geiser. Geiser winds it in for Hischier. It's in the feet of Lischka, and a penalty coming to Slovakia. So the Swiss, with a shorthanded goal, have the lead and will now go to the power play.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you maybe the best mascot in the world, our very own Mirakleo.
One thing this game won't need is more cowbell. We'll have lots of it here with Switzerland playing today. And now they're on the power play as Mario German goes off for interference. And the Swiss are 3 for 8 on the man advantage. Rick Wine pass to Timo Meyer, who has one of their power play goals. Kurashev and Malgin have the others. Malgin back to Moser. Meyer. Back to Moser. Malgin, Meyer, Moser, Meyer, Malgin. Just throw it around here.
3M unit going to town.
Simeon. Back to Malgin, to Moser. Meyer centers it. Suter couldn't quite reach that. It goes back to Meyer. Moser. Back to Malgin. Moser shoots. Huska got a piece of that and knocks it wide. Here's Ferravari on it. Trying to backhand it out. And now Moser has to retreat. He had Reganda bearing in on him.
That's good puck moving up top, though. Want to do it quickly, briskly, on the tape. Make the defenders chase a little bit.
Dennis Moser of the Arizona Coyotes sends it ahead to Enzo Corvi for Hischier streaking in. Hischier drops, Corvi in, shoots. Huska the save on that. Man, the Swiss are flying tonight. Now Tamashi winds his way in short-handed, shoots, that goes wide. Knocked out by Kukan for Hischier. 40 seconds to go on this power play. That's knocked down. And center ice by Janashik. And they'll call that a hand pass as Tamashi plays it back down to the Swiss zone.
You're exactly right. Switzerland is getting up and down the ice. Curling in unison. Nice little play by Moser there to get out of trouble. Eventually the puck gets over to Nico Hischier. I like the awareness. He thinks he can get to the net, recognizes I can't, finds the next good option, which is Corvi. He's able to walk into a dangerous area. It's a split-second thing that you think, I'm going to turn the corner. No, I'm not going to get there. Where can I go with it? He had the next option available.
In comes Hischier. Spun back by Lischka and sent down the ice. By the way, the shorthanded goal by Malgin, the 7th in this World Championship. There were 7 the entire tournament last year.
Lots of 4 forwards in one defensive set.
Nemetz for Lischka. Here he comes shorthanded. Lischka works in. A crunch there by Corvi. And Herzog steps into him. Kukan. Up for Philip Kurashev. Chicago Blackhawks prospect and player sends it back out. Siegenthaler. Drops that back to Michael Fora, former Kamloops Blazer in the Western Hockey League. Now Tatar knocks it down, but it's slapped back in by Turkov. Loose, it goes back to Shervay. Looking for Siegenthaler. Shoot! Look out right by the ear of Ferravari. Turkov trying to play it ahead for Berchi. Knocked away by Christoph. And here's Ferravari with it. Cheresnak. Plays it back across, and a wanting ahead is Manarek. Bats that down to the Swiss zone. Giannone has to wait for it. And Giannone plays it back around, but it's picked off by Slavkovsky. Here is Slavkovsky, plays it back in. Here's Siegenthaler. Back around for Fora. To Malgin in stride. Rick Whitey goes for Suter. Here they come again. Suter for Malgin. Loose in front. The pass in his skate. Malgin winds across the top. Drops it off for Glauser. In for Geyser. A centering pass. Suter got a stick on it. Kicked out by Huska. Regenda flips it ahead. German walks in. Shoots. And Giannone with the left arm hangs onto that. And is able to squeeze it.
German just trying to stop on the puck. Not trying to spray anyone here. That's some nice movement by Switzerland to create that first chance, but German goes the other way. Drag, pull, wrister, might as well try. Giannone has only seen one shot prior to that one. And then this snow shower, which always gets everyone's attention.
German spent a couple years in the Western Hockey League with Red Deer and Kootenay.
For Slovakia, it's been a lopsided game so far, but it's only 1-0.
Yeah,
they can just settle down, settle into the game. They're still fine here.
Shots now 7-2. Just they had the opportunity to take the lead with the early power play, so that swing.
The whole thing has been not great to start. Switzerland has been faster, better.
Now Hischier with the steal. Goes it right in front, and Husk has to make the save with Meyer lurking dangerously. Swiss up 1-0 early here in Helsinki.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know how loud the Slovak fans actually are. Dámy a pánové, ja začnu jednu písničku a vy pokračujete. Ja si myslím, to znáte. Hej, Matej, Hey, Juno, 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 no, 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 no. Matejko, Matejko. Juno, 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 no, no, no.
Back here in Helsinki, 1-0 Switzerland leads Slovakia. Switzerland looking to run its record to 4-0 in this competition. Face-off won by Corby. Back for Herzog. Fabrice Herzog pivots back. Now from the point. Long shot by Kuk on his glove by Adam Huska. Huska was a 7th round pick of the Rangers in 2015. Spent 3 years at the University of Connecticut. Has been playing the last couple of years for their American League team in Hartford. So spending a good deal of his time in North America in the state of Connecticut.
Apparently, Tage Thompson also went to University of Connecticut. Their breakout year this year for Buffalo. Maybe an opening at some point too, not as a starter in New York, but Georgiev might be on his way somewhere at some point.
Antoshi gets around Siegenthaler, in, shoots, Janoni down, they score! Poked home by Milos Roman, and the Slovaks have tied the game.
It's that guy Lantoshi. That guy can fly. He turned Siegenthaler like he was standing still. Didn't even put a stick on him. Scrum draw a little chip out here. Lantoshi open pocket. Look at him just. Siegenthaler couldn't even bother him at all. He rolls right around him powerfully. Protects the puck, stick in his hand, and tries to go back against the grain. And Roman wisely follows up heavy stick, but that's all about the speed of Lantoshi, who might be the fastest person we've seen in this tournament.
So Roman gets his first goal with the men's national team. A 4th round pick of Calgary in 2018. Spent 3 years with the Vancouver Giants in the Western League. And the Slovaks battle back. Look out, that long shot hit the mask of Janoni. A rink-wide pass for Turkov. And on Cheresnak, he chops that towards the goal that goes through. Berchi tied up there by Farivari. And by the way, that was an NHL defenseman that Lantoshi went around.
A really good one. We've seen it. Fast guys are a little bit faster. Nobody is noticeably faster. He's noticeably faster, significantly faster than the guys he's playing with.
Lantoshi played for Providence in the American League a couple of years ago. Spent the last 5 years in Sweden.
And so we talked about Slovakia settling in. Well, here they are now.
Gopkowski centers it tipped wide by Regenda.
They're a little better on their toes in the offensive zone, tying up the game.
Now this is the side of the goal, and Janoni hangs on to that. Sweden's got a 1-0 lead on Finland. Adam Larsson has scored there.
A little chip into space, and there's a windburn on the ref cam. He's going so fast. And a lot of time you end up watching your teammate go and hoping that he scores. Roman got his head down, kept skating right into the crease to tap it in instead of just hoping that Lantoshi was the one who was going to score.
That's a big goal for the Slovaks. And now Regenda with a chance, and Janoni makes a stop on that.
A penalty coming up to Switzerland on a hook.
Hooking call, so now the Slovaks with the extra pressure force the Swiss into a penalty, and now the Slovaks with another power play with 8:19 to go in the period.
Regenda he gets a rolling start. If that was a 100-meter race, he'd be false started as he got the jump off the wall hash marks, and that's why the defenseman was trailing him the whole way in. And you can see Geiser heading to the box. He's already on the bench, but he's gonna have to get pulled out of there. There he goes. It was you. But it was really just taking a chance and jumping your Regenda.
So the Slovaks back to the power play after serving a shorthanded goal earlier. And they've got Nemetz out there, number 5 on the point, the right-hand shot. Nemetz leads it back around, but Siegenthaler picks it off and backhands it down the ice. Lantoshi drops it back for Nemetz. Swings that back for Jakub Manarik. And now Manarik for Lantoshi. Here he comes in across the Swiss line. Lantoshi with a head of steam. Peels back. He pushed them back that time as Kukan had to retreat. Now that pass is picked off and Malgin moves ahead with Suter shorthanded. Malgin works it on Nemetz, and now Huska way out to play that. That's knocked down by Suter. Back to center ice to Fora.
Nemetz got clipped up.
Here comes Fora. Walks right in. Fora pulls it back in. Shoots. It just missed.
Nemetz is in all kinds of distress on the bench.
Back the other way comes Kristoff. Drops it back. And that centering pass by Pospisil picked off. Herzog back with Ambul. Both of Nemetz's gloves, his stick, and I believe his mouth guard,
good eye guard,
are in the corner.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to him. Meanwhile, Ford's going on another rush short-handed for Switzerland.
Slavkovsky plays it in on Kukan. And Berchi pounds it off the boards and back down the ice. Hit the stick, missed the mouth guard. Like a yard sale down there.
The good news is Nemetz still on the bench for Slovakia.
Pospisil got bumped off the puck by Turkov. And here comes Calvin Turkov swinging back.
Turkov, who didn't play last game, certainly doesn't look like there's anything bothering him. He's moving around very well.
Siegenthaler off the heel of Berchi, that bounces wide. Final seconds of the Slovak power play. Meyer tries to center it. No shots for Slovakia in that power play. Sikora got tied up. And Tomashi plays it ahead for Takac. Back down the Swiss zone, Igli. Up for Nico Hischier. Shakes off a check of Rosendik, and in comes Kurashev with a chance, and Huska gets a piece of that. Igli had that blocked as Takac stepped in front of it. In comes Hischier. Nico Hischier holds and flips that towards the goal. Huska kicks it away. Roman, who has the Slovak goal for Sikora. Adam Sikora tries to bump that ahead. Roman back with it. In on Igli. Sikora back for Ferivari. Ferivari shoots. That was blocked by Meyer.
The referee hasn't bothered grabbing one of those sticks or gloves down there.
Lishka across the line. Toshi, that was stopped by Geiser and sent back to center ice. Mihal Ivan plays it back in. Geiser knocks it down. That lead pass for Suter deflected away. 5:02 to go here in the first period. 1-1 the score.
Right over here. Here we have the perfect dancer. Referees. Time out. Smashing. Spearing. High sticking. Do it. And everybody can follow.
Simon Nemeth appears to be okay on the Slovak bench.
Cleaned up the yard sale.
Yeah, took a stick in the throat area.
Got all his stuff back and will be good to go.
Face off won by Kristoff. Shots are 10-6 Switzerland. And now Kristoff banks it back down to the Swiss zone. Siegenthaler goes back, being shadowed there by Tatar, his New Jersey teammate. Suter. Bumped down there by Pospisil, then Tatar takes out Siegenthaler again. They're going to come to talk about next fall in training camp. Chareznak plays it up. And now Pospisil bats it back down to the Swiss zone, and Siegenthaler back to pick it up. Swiss was 6th last year. They lost their quarterfinal matchup against Germany in a shootout. They allowed the tying goal with 44 seconds left. Leon Gavankia, Winnipeg Jets prospect, tied the game with less than a minute to go. Then the Germans won it.
Well, Germany will be adding any players here. Gavanka is a guy who just became available as his Manitoba Moose were knocked out.
Lucas Reichel, who's a Chicago prospect playing in Rockford. They've been knocked out.
JJ Paterka, is he still alive?
I think Rochester's still playing.
Yeah.
Rochester won last night. Siegenthaler around to Herzog. Kukan up for Corby. Enzo Corby plays it back in. Ambul chops at it. Berivari. And that taken away, and now Benarek back for it. Banks that back to Nemeth. Nemeth played for Nitra in the Slovak League this year. You know what they made in Nitra for years? Explosives. Hence the name.
Okay.
Sure,
not going to go there.
Shoots! Saved by Huska. Rebound! And Huska takes that away from Tristan Shervac.
Was there an energy drink called Nitro? Nitro?
Don't shake it.
Huska's been rock solid. And he was beaten once on a shorthanded slapper from the hash marks from Dennis Malgin. But other than that, he's been busy, under control, corralling rebounds. And I think as many whistles as he can take right now as his team is still ramping up to the speed of this game.
Back at the point, Glauser shoots, it deflects wide. Lantoshi back on it. Pivots back in the corner, looking for German there. Ivan got taken off the puck. And Shervay.
This would be a nightmare line of play against for Switzerland. Berchi and Shervay just bomb around 100 miles an hour, running into everything.
And Turkov's a big guy.
No free passes with these trio out there.
German up for Lantoshi. He got slammed into the sideboards by Shervin. Back up the Slovaks. Roman plays it across, and German lifted that high. A 4-on-2 rush for the Slovaks.
Well, that's what you got to do. You want to take a run at me when I'm already getting checked by someone? Activate the defenseman, make a play, and get an odd man rush because Shervay went and looked for that big hit.
Lantoshi for German. And German fires it back down to the Swiss zone. Giannoni for Geiser. That pass picked off. But now Meyer moves it around Rosendijk. His centering pass picked off by Takac. Tamashi works back in on Egli. And Tamashi still with it as the Slovaks make a late change here. Sikora loose at the side of the goal, drops that back. Rosendijk's a shot. That was blocked by Kurashev. Sikora steps into Kurashev. Sikora trying to drop that back, picked off by Hischier. Cross he goes to Meyer. Timo Meyer works in, drops it off to Hischier. Works in for the trailer. Marty walks right in, shoots short side, and lifted that high as Huska reached out and got the arm on it.
The tough matchup. You got Sikora playing back against this top unit for Switzerland. A lot to think about for him. And the fourth Swiss player activates Marty, and it's almost the bar. Catches there momentarily. And here's the big hit we're talking about. Yeah, it's a great hit, but there's two forwards caught and a chance to go the other way. So we'll take that hit to make the play.
Siegenthaler moves up, centers it, knocked away from Suter. Now poked free by Malgin. Trying to drop that back for Simeon. Now Suter trying to steal it from Huska. And away comes Tatar, along with Christoph. Tomáš Tatar sends it down. Member of the Slovak silver medal team in 2012. 20 years ago, the Slovaks won the gold medal in this tournament. They had a reunion not long ago, and these players sat and had dinner with those players. Suter looks down to Malgin. Back for Suter. Slaps it across. Who can shoot off the side of the goal.
Huska was cheating big time on the far side of the net. Who can almost fool them.
Now Malgin winds his way back in, shoots, and a stop made by Huska. Inside a minute to go, now played across, and that's flooded high by Herzog. Fabrice Herzog back with it, Switzer changing. Bora plays it back down, Corby reaching for it, that's knocked away. And Pospisil chips that to the corner. And again, they're trying to work it free.
Ferravari jumping into this game at this pace. The jet lag is over.
Huska rings it back around, knocked down by Corby. Corby banks it down to the side of the goal. Herzog reaching for it. Plays it back, and Moser is shot, and Adam Huska makes the stop.
That was a collapse and protect the house kind of shift for Slovakia. Switzerland buzzing around the outside. And Ferravari arrived just a couple days ago. Once skating with the team. Greg Ramsey's got him on the first pair, understandably. But it's a lot to perform at your physical best that quickly after flying overnight. I found it difficult whenever I tried.
Nemetz had it stolen by Meyer, and Meyer a long shot, kicked away by Huska. Liska chips it back out, so an eventful opening period with an early short-handed goal by the Swiss, an equalizer by the Slovaks, and it's 1-1 heading for the second.
It's 1-1, but that's about as good as we have seen Switzerland play. 17 shots, pace, physicality, and Malgin once again the star of the tournament offensively for them. Almost unfortunate to be just tied at 1.
You're watching the 2022 World Hockey Championship. Our first intermission is coming up.
Team Switzerland 17. Laukaukset maalin kotiottelun ensimmäisessä erässä Slovakia 6, Sveitsi 17. In Tampere, the score between Team Finland and Team Sweden is 0-1 after the first period. Tampereella ottelussa Suomi-Ruotsi tilanne ensimmäisen erän jälkeen 0-1. jääkiekon MM-kisa. Teams at full strength. Joukkueet täysilukuiset.
You know. Yeah. Here we go, men. Hard hats and lunch pails. Let's have some fun. Down.
Opa, opa, opa. Be careful with the goalie grease! Woo!
Puck, puck, puck. Easy here, easy here. Find it, find it. Heads, 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 heads.
Hey, 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 hey! Nice move.
Gone! Here, 6. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
Play the puck! Play the puck! Move! Move! Puck! Guys, play the puck! Be careful on board! Be careful! Play! 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 Let's go!
Nopea Felix muistaa seuraavien tapahtumien jäädä ja varoa katsomaan nauttimista kiekkoja. Kiitos. Jäädä ja varoa katsomaan nauttimista kiekkoja. Kiitos. Joukkueet täysilukuiset. Joukkueet täysilukuiset.
Leonardo Giannone faced 6 shots at the Swiss goal, allowed the 1 goal to Milos Roman. And it was a busy first period for Adam Huska. Got beaten early for a shorthanded goal, but made 16 saves in that first period. So the teams will start this second period 5-on-5. Slovaks had a couple of power plays. Of course, the Swiss scored one of them.
Oh, illegal video.
Bit of a train wreck there, the puck drop.
I'll go flying to the ice.
Bagley shoots it. Huska got kind of tangled up behind the net, and Shervey almost got there along with Berchi.
Yeah, goalies are going through their legs just like the players now.
Now a chance for Tatar busting in. He rolled. That's just wide.
Interesting. We haven't seen Slafkovsky with Tatar and Kristoff in this tournament. A line adjustment for Greg Ramsey between periods.
Now here's a shot by Kristoff. Ticks off the goalpost. Dropped right down to the feet of Giannone. It's a strange bounce off the pipe.
Off the side of the net and bounced in behind him. He had no idea where it was.
Turkov gains center ice and lifts that down to the Slovak zone. Ferivari goes back. Martin Ferivari of the Washington Capitals making his tournament debut today. And Ferivari snaps that pass to center ice, picked up by Siegenthaler. And Kukan pounds it back down. Lunter moves it along the boards. Ferivari fished that free. Brought up by Mario Lunter.
Regenda almost broke his stick, slapping it on the ice looking for the pass.
Pia Suter has it knocked away by Chereznak. And now kick back to the Slovak zone. Here is Ferivari with it. Second round pick of Washington in 2018. Now drop back to Luther.
Big hit.
And that really knocked Menarek down hard.
He is not doing well.
The referee just skates away from him.
I think you want to call that. I don't think he's just winded there. Siegenthaler got him staring at the puck that just rolled off his stick and didn't hit him up high. Hit him, looked like it right in the chest, but he is struggling. The puck taken off him.
It's a solid hit.
Don't think he banged his face off the ice. Clean hit, nothing wrong with it. Right in the chest. It's just when you're not braced for it, Gord, it hits so much harder when your body's not tensed up, braced for contact.
The officials conferring here.
Miranda was looking at the puck that had been knocked off his stick.
Interesting to note, in the first few days, they would show controversial plays on the scoreboard here. Now they're not. So Menarek to the Slovak bench.
There is a higher standard for any sort of head contact internationally, but there was no head contact on that hit. It might have just been a guy got hit really hard cleanly. Hopefully he's just winded or something like that, because that was a pretty big collision. Here's the shot that we were talking about off the side of the net. Oh, did it go post into his pants?
Yeah.
And then sat on the top of the pad. Wow. And to see it sitting on top of his pad there, eventually falling off. He and I had no idea where it was.
Simeon looks ahead for Malgin. Janis Moser sends it back down to the Slovak zone, and as Ivan hustles back, icing called against the Swiss.
And there you see Menarek still on the bench. Seems to be doing all right. And the always calm Craig Ramsey, surveying what's going on.
A guy who, maybe more than any coach I've ever known, was beloved by his players.
He was one of my assistant coaches in Tampa for a year, the year that I was there, and the perfect complement to John Tortorella or Steve Ludzik, who were the head coach, much more fiery than he is. He's a good person to be around.
Great quiet pass out of Lishka. Plays it back in. Here's Lantoshi on it now. Mikko Letna has scored to a thunderous roar in Tampere 1-1 time between the Finns and the Swedes in the second period. Now dropped in, and Moser with a shot. It goes off a stick and out of play. Michal Ivan got a stick on that.
There's not a lot of open ice in this game, except when Malgin has the puck. When he has it, he's getting it all the time. And he finds Moser a beautiful seam pass. Just a little bit of a hesitation on the release allows Ivan to get out there and block it. But I guess when you skate so well and you drive back defenders, when you stop up, you have a little time and space for yourself, and Malgin is doing well with it.
Herzog bumps on the boards with Sikora. That's bumped out by Mario Germa. Herzog has that roll off his stick, and Glauser plays it to Geiser, his defense partner. And now that play is called offside. Not quite straight and straight, the defense pairing that the Islanders had. But
no. But these two pair, Geiser and Glauser, offer a real physical edge. Big stay-at-home defensemen, and they know who they are. They match up nicely together.
Siegenthaler up ahead for Andras Ambul. That's knocked away. Slavkovsky up for Tatar with Kristoff driving. Tatar shoots. It goes off the stick of Kukan. Herzog as that bounce back to Fehérváry. And Martin Fehérváry gains center ice. Shovels it ahead for Kristoff, who's knocked away by Kukan. Tatar in for Kristoff. Siegenthaler lifts it back to center ice. It bounced away from Shervey. The Huska way out to play it. He finds Kristoff. For Slavkovsky, that was offside by about 10 feet.
Morgana didn't want to break stride. Kristoff stopped it up, and Slafkovsky getting a little double shift action here as he's kind of seeing time with two different units. Craig Ramsey trying to find a way to free up his young star. He's a marked man now. The other team is game planning around number 20. Should be physical with him, take his space away, take his legs away early, skate into him. And Menard back on the ice, good to see.
Shervay chips that back down to the Slovak zone, picked up by Turkov. And now Berchi with it. Berchi spins it back in front, just missed Shervay with that pass. Marty steps up. Christian Marty. Leaves it there for Berchi. Back to Igli. To Shervay. Now back at the point. Igli, a shot, score! Tipped in front. Looks like Marty got the last piece of it. And Switzerland regains the lead.
Marty was a defenseman. Got rotated down to the slot and hung in there, but I think this gets a piece of a Slovak stick. Or skate of German. Marty kind of waves it off that it wasn't me. And no chance for Huska there as it gets up and over his shoulder from the tip right in front. Egli tees it up. Yeah, I think he goes, bangs off both skates. German's trying to close his 5-hole. And hits one skate blade into the other skate blade, and ricochets up in the air. And Marty's kind of shaking his head. I didn't touch it. That one should be Egli's when it's all said and done.
Team Switzerland, the second
Meyer
goal.
taps it back. Sammy Batman scored for Finland, so a quick 2-1 lead now for the Finns on Sweden. In a hotly anticipated game in Tampere.
They gave it to Marty. We'll see. I don't think he touched it.
I think he did. I think it was him. I think he touched it, and then it hit German and went in.
Body language tells me he didn't touch it. He may get credit for it, but I don't know if he touched it.
Fora plays it back around. That's knocked down by Lishka. Now Ivan tries to center it. So Slovak down again, trying to battle back here. Antoshi. And now you got another Slovak player injured along the near boards. We saw Menard go down a moment ago.
The referee right down, linesman right down there. Are they both? Is that a linesman down as well?
They're both, yeah, they're both down. So that's Samuel Takac is the player.
Oh boy. The referees do such a good job avoiding collisions. Everything's happening so fast around them, and Takac's trying to slide down the boards. It looks like he's up and okay, but the linesman still.
And they're going to call for the stretcher for the linesman.
Boy.
I think that's Hannu Sormanen, the Finnish linesman.
Oh, he just sat up there.
It is Sormanen.
That's Jake Davis, his partner, number 64, checking in on him. Better to err on the side of caution.
He wants to get up.
Make sure. Players all kind of rally together when something like this happens. See Timo Meier help him bring the stretcher over. And Sormanen under his own power.
In his home country.
I think you might want to take the rest of the period off at least, if not the game. And here we get to see Takac winding up. Oh boy. He skates right into him full speed. Ooh. Oh, that was almost Takac got the elbow up near the face. Whistle go flying at both guys. The brunt of that impact. We hope that he's okay.
So Jake Davis of the United States will work solo as a linesman, but the referees will help him with.
Right. So this is not unusual. They know what to do here. So Jake Davis, number 64, will likely take care of all the drops. One of the other officials will start calling the lines, like offsides, to make sure they're posted up in the right spot. And they basically go to a one referee positional system, albeit two referees can still call penalties.
Right.
But this is something they practice, they talk about, in case something like this happens.
Nimitz paired with Feravari here. Now Simeon picks it up. Simeon to Malgin. Dennis Malgin on Nimitz. Shoots. Fired that wide. Slavkovsky back on it. And Malgin belted down Feravari. Feravari back with it. Up for Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky, a crisp rink wide pass for Tatar. Walking in, feeds it back for Slavkovsky. That pass missed. Slavkovsky chips it back around, picked off by Malgin. The pass was blocked by Kristoff, and now Tatar digging for it. Tatar works it free. Back in for Kristoff. Slavkovsky shoots, scores! There's what you're looking for. Every scout in the building making notes on that shift by Yuri Slavkovsky.
And he's kind of saying, finally, got one to go. His first of the tournament, as he rips it over Giannoni's shoulder. But this is the release we saw so much of at the Olympics. Doesn't need a lot of time and space. Tremendous job by Tatar, the forecheck, keep it alive. Wheel, fire, and man, it's off his stick in a hurry. Siegenthaler can't quite get stick on puck. And up and over Giannoni's shoulder.
So Slovak's equal for the second time. As Slavkovsky, who just turned 18, snipes on a very solid shift, right? The entry,
all about puck pursuit, all of it. And good on Craig Ramsey, switching up his lines, getting a different look, and seems to have sparked something in number 20.
Now plays it in for Lunter. Bumps it back in the corner for Regenda. From the point, German a shot, and the save is made by Giannoni.
So once again, the Slovaks have battled back to even. And you wonder what's going through his mind. I mean, he's already done so much, but he knows that there's a lot of attention on him. And he's going to get picked in the top 5 regardless, but I don't know if he wants to try to chase down first or whatever it might be. I wonder if he just feels some of that pressure from all the scouts and all the eyeballs that are evaluating his game at this tournament.
Germa winds it back to Janishek. I think, when you talk to scouts and management people here, what they're looking for is sustained periods where he's an effective player. Now Ambiol works in. Anders Ambiol winds in, poke check by Janishek, but Ambiol's back on it. Ambiol plays it back in. Corby back down to Ambiol, loose behind the Slovak goal. Ambiol walks out and shoots, and Huska makes a save on that. 18-year-old Yuri Slavkovsky has tied it up at 2 here in the second period.
I have heard that the physical fans have the very best dancers. Let's see, is it true? The referee dance. Okay. Big fans, are you dancers or not?
Spearing. High sticky. Good.
There's no dancers in this big fans. Over there, on your right. Now we have one. Looking good, looking good. Show them how it's done. And if you're not dancing, you can always clap your hands. Big applause to this lady. The best dancer in this period for sure.
Got off the rack, you think, or is that?
That's custom. That's custom for all 5 of them. Got a volume discount though. Also worth noting that the second Swiss goal was given to
Dominic Gigley,
not Christian Martin.
So in the eyes of the official scorers, you are correct, is what you're saying.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
That was a passive-aggressive update from you.
I just wanted to make sure I had the names right, so I go to you because you're the expert with the names.
Didn't say that, but Shervay back across, looking for the return pass from Turkov. And Milos Roman has it knocked away. Berchi back on it. It could still be reviewed again, you know. I mean,
a third time? Possibly. If anyone can make it happen, it's you. You've changed goals years later, from what I've heard.
Roman up for Lishka, knocked down by Kukan, who plays it back in. Shots even at 2 here in the second period.
Slovakia has slowed down the onslaught anyways, which is the first part of the equation.
Boy, early on, I mean, this had a big number written all over it. As walking in now is Berchi, or Meyer rather, and a stop made by Huska.
So the first challenge for Slovakia is, let's slow this thing down.
Right.
Let's just
weather that first.
Take the pace out of the game here. Christian Fischer's team was flying in the first period, but now Slovakia has found their rhythm, got a little bit more structure. They scored a couple goals. Now the next part will we get their offense going, but one thing at a time. They're happy to play the game a little bit slower.
Fischer wins that face-off back, but Kukan can't hold the line.
Looking out here, Nemitz, he was kind of shaken up. He's still playing. Tkach, he was shaken up. He's still playing. Minarek was also shaken up, and he's still playing.
Siegenthaler has it picked off by Sikora. He falls on that stick. And
it will be a penalty for trip.
Yeah, the referee, Jake Rakuki, makes the call.
And Siegenthaler going to go.
I think Siegenthaler's arguing he dropped his stick and Sikora stepped on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he recognized my stick was in a bad spot. I'm going to get rid of it right away. I no longer am going to give him that can opener, but maybe just not quite. Slovak bench is pretty engaged. I got 5 guys standing up on the Slovak bench, which is both good and bad. You want to relax, it's a long game, but they're into it.
Lishka back for Ferivari. Around to Tatar, that pass skipped Tom in. No, Tomasz Tatar. For Slavkovsky up for Lishka. Winds that back in. And Michael Fora goes back, but Lishka digs it back out to Slavkovsky. Good pass back for Ferivari. Cross for Tatar, works in. Again, couldn't get a shot away. Tatar, the Slovak captain. Plays it back down to Slavkovsky. Back for Tatar. Rink wide pass to Lishka. Back for Ferivari. To Lishka. Down to Slavkovsky. Centers it, and Christoph couldn't get a shot away. And back come the Swiss short-handed Turkov along with Malgin. Turkov just walks in on Lishka. And then Lishka slams him into the board. Suter taps it back to Geiser. Around to Glauser. And he pounds it back down to the Slovak zone. Inside a minute to go here in this power play. And Shervay causing problems for the Slovaks as Slavkovsky winds his way out. Lines that pass for Lantoshi. Back for Minarek. Glauser couldn't clear it out. Takac back on it. He has a power play goal for the Slovaks in this tournament. Minarek trying to poke that free. Takac. Here's Nemitz. Back at the line. Simon Nemitz. Back for Takac to Nemitz. Walks in and shoots. It got through, and Giannone made the stop on that.
He is very willing to shoot. Nemitz, whenever he gets the puck on the stick, he doesn't mind at all drifting it into the net.
Shervay with it. Banned in the first clearing attempt. Now on the second, he finds Pia Suter. Suter. From the Detroit Red Wings, throws that back in front, picked out by Minarek. And Siegenthaler steps back on as Nemitz works in. Nemitz drops that back. Siegenthaler in the rush now for Switzerland. Hard bump from Manarek. He plays it back in, and Huska brings it back around. Waiting for it is Manarek. Rosendick plays it back down, and here's Dean Kukan. Back across for Wrigley. Kukan. Up for Meyer, for Hischier. Let's knock down. Wrigley up for Hischier. Hischier, Kurashev, and Meyer, an all-NHL forward line for the Swiss. Hischier with New Jersey, Meyer with San Jose, and Kurashev with Chicago. That puck bounced into the bench as well, and so it appeared. Hischier, lead pass for Meyer, busting in, shoots, up deflected wide. He was tied up by German, then German goes down. There's going to be a high sticking penalty on Timo Meyer. And back up the ice they go. Finally, the Swiss touch up, but Timo Meyer is going to get it for high sticking. And the Slovaks are going back to the power play in a 2-2 tie.
Team Switzerland, number 28, 2 minutes. High sticking.
We already heard how loud the Slovak fans can get, but now I want to hear all the Swiss fans singing in this arena. I'll start, you follow. Ale, ale.
Cowbell, check. Cat, check.
Throw your back out wearing that thing all game.
Say.
A little more support than the one-strap system.
Here's Nemitz with it. Now Lantoshi knocks it back in with a Slovak power play. 9 to go here in the second period. At the side of the goal. Tap back by Takac. Nemitz for Lantoshi. Lantoshi. Down for Regenda. He was knocked down.
Careful.
And Malgin was sneaking in on Nemitz. Here they come again. Pia Suter works in and shoots. That's blocked by Nemitz.
Malgin and Suter have a great feel for each other. How to maximize each other's skills.
Takac. And now a penalty coming to Slovakia. Lantoshi's going to get it for tripping down Sherve, and that'll do it for the Slovak power play.
Good job by Sherway. He seals the boards to top the bump back to the official, and there's the kick of the feet onto the legs of Sherve. He goes down.
Number 16, 2 minutes, 4 tripping.
Probably not surprised to see the next one go to Slovakia. Toshi gets it. So a little 4-on-4 here for a minute 14 before Switzerland will head to the power play.
Craig Ramsey has been the coach of this national team since the 2018 Olympics. Only speaks a little bit of Slovak.
International language of hockey for him is English. So.
Yeah, well, and it's funny, even at the Germany practice today, Coach Tony Solholm runs it basically in English. Fora works around a wraparound try. Huska save. Now moved up ahead by Kristoff and a race for it. Faravari, the defenseman, in on Moser. Faravari streaks in. Holds that puck in deep. Faravari chips it back to Michal Kristoff. Up ahead for Cheresnak. Now Tatar gets loose. Tomas Tatar pivots back. He's got some room. Walks in. Tatar. Another penalty coming to Switzerland.
They should have blown that down because the puck was cleared by Red.
Kristoff back for Tatar. They're just saying, give it to them.
Well, you have two options here, Gord, right? So you can get it to get a 4-on-3, or you can keep it to negate longer of their.
In comes Slovakia, drops it back, finally touched up, and so now you got another penalty coming to Switzerland. It will be a 4-on-3 power play.
Only 1 second here. Raj Tatar is having a good game. Using his quick little wheels coming out against Hischier reaching the wrong way. It looks like a New Jersey Devil practice session. And I think that hook should have been on Hischier, not Moser. Just lost control of it as he was trying to head across the net. Tatar's been a good player for a long time. 5-on-5, a really solid analytical player.
3-time 25 goal scorer in the NHL.
Was missed in Montreal this year after he left.
Just wondering why he went to the bench. Come on, it's a power play. Get up there.
He's taking a breather. He's got plenty of time. And Moser should not be in the penalty box. That was likely on Hischier.
So look who's out there in the 4-on-3 power play. Two of the kids, Nemetz and Slafkovsky, the two 18-year-olds are out there.
Adams, of course, like, what's up? Get me out there.
Scramble draw, controlled by Suter, who chips it down the ice. So this power play will last for about 10 more seconds. Then we'll have 45 of 4-on-4. And then the Slovak power play will peak out the other end of it.
Some forwards should probably change for Slovakia here, because now you're going to be stuck out there with 3 forwards and 1 defensive playing 4-on-4. There's the breakaway.
Slafkovsky and the pass deflected out of the box. Comes Meyer in, shoots, scores! Timo Meyer! Perfect timing! And Switzerland is back on top.
Timo Meyer has been stymied last couple games, has had a ton of chances, boatload of shots, and he gets a break here at Slafkovsky. Gotta recognize the situation. Gotta recognize how much time's left on the penalty, where the high-risk plays are. He tries to go D-to-D, gets it tipped out to the far end by an active stick, and Meyer fortunately skates right into it. And that is a 35-goal scorer shot right there, rips it upstairs. But it's awareness. You got to know whether it's communication from your bench, whether it's your goaltender slapping a stick on the ice. When's that power play ending? Because you can't risk that kind of turnover that would result in a clean breakaway for the guy stepping out of the box. And again, probably a mistake for Slovakia. Once they lost that opening faceoff with 20 seconds left, they should have changed out one of their forwards, because they were not going to get a chance with the 4-on-3 to get 2 forwards out there.
It's an even strength goal. Here's Geiser. Rink winds up Malgin in stride. Moves it on Ivan. Then it's Malgin. Bats it back down low for Hischier. So for the 3rd time in the game, Switzerland has taken the lead. Hischier drops that back. Geiser lays it back down to Glauser. Here's Geiser. Back with it. Long wrist shot, hit a leg in front. And Regenda up for Ivana behind the play. Hischier taken down by German. That's going to be a tripping call against the Slovaks. And so now you're going to have a power play for the Swiss.
For just 3 seconds.
For 3 seconds.
Then about a minute 4-on-4, and then about another minute power play for the Swiss. As parade to the penalty box is picked up here late in the 2nd period. And it's German just a little engaged with him. No need to hook him down there. You're putting yourself at risk of them making a call. Puck's already gone the other way. He did a nice job sealing him off, but undisciplined play. And so Coach Rams is saying head back into the defensive zone if you're Lantosi as he stepped out of the box. Maybe if you win it, you can get it quickly to Kukon for a one-timer. If not, you better back out. Be ready for Lantosi to step on the ice.
So on comes Lantosi. Back to 4-on-4 here. Lantosi. Lead pass for Faravari, but Meyer got a stick on that. Farivari swings that back across to Cheresnak. 6 to go here in the second period. Farivari winds into the offensive zone and shoots. It goes off the foot of Kukan. Farivari taken down in the corner. Lishka steps up to help out. And now Meyer gathers up the puck. Timo Meyer, the 9th overall pick in the 2015 NHL draft. And that's sent down to the Slovak zone. Icing is called. 5:28 to go in the period. And now you've got Switzerland on the power play for a minute 4.
Wanted to unpack the last several minutes as Meyer gets to the open ice, and you gotta like his chances heading in on a breakaway. When he can shoot the puck the way he does, his back foot, go anywhere with that release point, and makes no mistake. Top blocker. Slavkovsky upset at the turnover.
So there's been some good from Slavkovsky in this game.
I put that on the bench though, as well as Slavkovsky. I think the bench should have been more aware in helping him out that there's a guy stepping out of the box, or getting him off the ice, or somebody off the ice. So there's 2 defensemen back there when the penalty expired.
Kukan to Meyer. In comes Timo Meyer steaming in. Drops that back, but it bounces off his skate and back down the ice. 45 seconds to go in this Swiss power play. Suter for Simeon. Back to Suter. Moser to Mulligan. Moser feeds it across to Meyer. They play pitch and catch. Meyer has a look and shoots, and Huska through the traffic makes a good glove save.
Meyer's feeling a little bit now that he's got a goal under his belt. And Huska up top. Good job by Adam Huska fighting through traffic. I guess to walk in pretty good angle. But the key is he was looking to the correct side of Simeon's screen. So he was looking left, the puck comes left. It's a lot easier to make the save.
Here's Meyer with it. Moser back across to Mulligan. Mulligan holds and feeds down to Simeon. Back for Mulligan. Moser for Meyer. Backdoor pass. Mulligan shoots. Huska came across and made the stop. Meyer taps it back, but Moser wasn't there. Out of the box comes German. And the teams are back to even strength. Slavkovsky comes off the bench, and that's going to be too many men.
No.
They're calling it.
Yes, you're correct. They're calling. I'm disagreeing. Menard's basically got 1 foot on the bench there. Tough call.
And a Swiss power play. We come back.
Slovakia bench minor for 2 men on the ice.
Touch the puck, though.
No, I'm saying guys are always on the ice dragging their last foot in as guys touch the puck. They're 15 feet out of there. It's not like he was racing there. He was standing there slowly, just taking his time, stepping off the ice. I didn't like it.
I hear you. I sense your disgust with that call. Hischier works in, and a big moment in the game here with 4 to go in the period.
Yep.
Hischier slips that back to Corvey. At the point, Kukan to Kurashev. Kukan back to Kurashev, walks in and fires, and Huska gets a glove on that. Hischier falls, Kukan holds the line and plays it back in for Kurashev. Milos Roman poked it ahead, and Lishka was almost away.
He was sniffing one bounce and he was gone.
Roman works back in. Milos Roman plays it around. Kurashev works in, being watched by Janashik. Herzog pokes at it, loose on the side of the goal for a moment. Tamashi tripped to the back of the net. Now it's picked up by Takac. Got crunched there by Kurashev. Under a minute to go in the Swiss power play. Moser up in for Simeon, and they got the Swiss for too many men.
There's only 5 guys on the ice, so it must have been on the change.
There's something you don't see every day.
The puck was nowhere near the bench.
No, Myers says, wow.
So there's 14 Kukan going off. Guys are trying to count to 6 and see exactly what happened there. Chick Fisher's not complaining too much, so it must be okay, but let's focus on the puck. I did not see anything strange happening.
So that'll do it for the power play at 44 seconds left. Fisher's got to pick something to serve the penalty. What word do I like here? You.
Don't mind serving these ones because it's not your fault if you weren't involved in the exchange.
I get a breakaway.
You get to step out and see what happens. Guilt-free trip to the box.
Unless you're Brett Hull, who made it very clear he does not serve bench minors.
Yes. Hull made a lot of things very clear about how he felt about the way things should work.
So another 4-on-4 sequence here with 2:45 to go in the period. Glauser back to Geiser. He gets tied up in the corner by Regenda. And now Ivan racing to it. Swings back for Slovakia. 15 seconds to go in their penalty for too many men.
Too many pen penalties in a row.
And Toshi back with it. He gets bumped down by Suter pretty hard. And Geiser brings it out now. Obi Geiser plays for Hershey in the American Hockey League. He's a Washington 4th round pick in 2017. All right, now so the Slovaks on the power play. Kristoff back for Ivan. Slavkovsky just out of the box. Swings that back for Tatar. In comes Tomas Tatar. Winds right in as a lane and shoots and just missed wide. Ferivari holds it. That pass picked off and Siegenthaler chips it ahead as Kristoff goes back to pick it up. Ferivari. And now another penalty coming. This is going to be Berchi for a slash. And so a 2-man advantage for the Slovaks for 35 seconds.
I mean, he's coming over top of his stick. 18 inches off the ice to seal it so I can take the puck. Hold on to your stick. Like, that's not a slash, that's a check. Standard is very tight tonight, and so you have to adjust. You have to figure it out on the fly, recognize, but that's not a call I would think would be made all the time. So Slovakia taking their timeout with 35 on the 5-on-3.
Interesting. Well, you might as well, right? You had your power play guys on the ice, so give them a rest.
Diagram of play. Oh, and good news.
The linesman had his Sormanen.
I think a replacement linesman.
Ah, okay.
Different number than Sormanen. Number 51 has come out, so they have a full complement of officials. Although the three of them were doing plenty of work on their own.
No kidding.
We'll see what Slovakia can come up with here on the 5-on-3. Two defensemen for a 5-on-3 setup. Interesting, and no Slavkovsky. Got to win the face-off here if you want some 5-on-3 time in zone. Oh, too good.
Well, did win it, but 30 seconds to go in the first Slovak penalty, or the first Swiss penalty rather, as Fervari winds in. Christoph trying to establish body position. And now Christoph lost the puck to Siegenthaler. Still trying to gain possession here. Lantoshi tied up by Kukan. Christoph in on it. They still can't get set up here. And
what a
bumped
good
out the ice by the Swiss, who just scrambled that attempt. Now a 5-on-4 power play as Khrushchev steps back on the ice and lifts it right back down to the Slovak zone. Time winding down here in the period. Fervari up ahead for Tatar. Across to Christoph. Lantoshi knocks that down. Fervari waiting for it. And Sherve moves it back ahead. Fora walks in. And Fora bumped up there by Slavkovsky. This has not exactly been a momentum-generating power play for the Slovaks, but now Slavkovsky moves in with Regenda, shoots and whistled that wide. As time winds down here in the period. And the Swiss will go to the dressing room with a 3-2 lead after 2 periods of play.
Lots going on in the second period.
A penalty-filled and goal-filled second. You're watching the 2022 World Hockey Championship from Finland. Our second intermission is coming up.
Slovakia 2. Shots on goal in the second period. Team Slovakia 2, Team Switzerland 7. Laukaukset maalia kohti ottelun toisessa erässä. Slovakia 2, Sveitsi 7. In Tampere, the score between Team Finland and Team Sweden is 2-1 after the second period. Tampereella tilanne kahden erän jälkeen Suomi-Ruotsi kamppailussa 2-1.
Be careful, okay? I skate backward here. I skate backward here. Be careful. Thank you. Woo!
I don't think he hits him high. Maybe a tad second late, but you know, I just don't think he hits him high either. Okay. Easy in front. Easy in front. Keep the sticks down. Sticks down.
Play the puck! Play the puck! Oh, sorry. Woo. 20.
Puck. 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 That's it.
It is for you, and it's everything. Hey, 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 gentlemen! Hey, 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 come on, come on, come on. I know it. Don't do that. He don't do nothing. You must play to the puck, not the stick.
97, like, what's wrong with you guys today? I said, what's wrong with you guys? You're the one that don't want to play by the rules. We'll skate up and down this thing and point at the net.
Lens person Hannu Sormunen has been replaced by Joseph Ford at 27.43. Viime tuomari Hannu Sormunen korvattiin Joseph Fordilla ajassa 27.43.
Swiss will start this third period short-handed as Leonardo Giannone takes his spot. He's allowed 2 goals on 8 shots so far in the hockey game. And the much busier man has been Adam Huska, who's faced 24 shots, allowed 3 goals. 31 seconds of power play time for the Slovaks to start this third period, down 3-2. Switzerland 3-0 coming in. Slovaks are 1-2.
Team Switzerland starts the third period short-handed. Sveitsi aloittaa 10 erää alkupuolella.
Replacement linesman has been brought in. It's Joseph Spur. Takes over from Hannu Sormunen, who was injured in that second period. And here we go with the third. Slavkovsky drops it back for Feravari, playing in his first game for the Slovaks. He's already played nearly 16 minutes tonight. Slavkovsky for Kristoff, trying to center it, blocked by Siegenthaler. Cheresnak holds the line. Cheresnak feeds that down to Tatar. And racing to it is Nico Hischiu, backhands it back out to center ice. Now Kukan rattles that down. So teams are back to 5-on-5 to start the third period. Twice the Swiss took the lead, and twice the Slovaks answered. And now the Swiss lead for the third time in the game. Simeon in with Malgin. And Fora races back. Malgin picks up the loose puck and drops that back to Michael Fora. Bank back down. Giannone plays it back across. Leonardo Giannone, a decorated Swiss goaltender, 4 times their goalie of the year. Played in the last 2 Olympics for them. 19 years in the top Swiss league.
He must have started young.
Yeah, his first year he's 16.
Wow. And he's got sweet pads, so we'll give him that.
Ambiol shoots, and on a night when Anders Ambiol ties the World Championship record for most games played, he'll break that mark on Saturday against Canada.
Milestone watch every single game, it seems like, for Andreas Ambiol. And there's another near trip. We've seen that called many times this game, so we'll see what happens with the penalties in the third period.
Joel Kellman has scored for Sweden. A 2-2 tie with Finland there.
Rocking and rolling up at Tampere.
That game's on TSN 5. Glauser a shot kicked off by Huska. Corby plays it back to Geiser out to center ice. It goes off the stick of Rosendik into the Slovak bench.
For all the action that second period, Slovakia only had 2 shots on net, which seems impossible. They had multiple power plays, 2 or 3 power plays, 5 on 3s, you name it, and just special teams will have let them down. They gave up a shorthanded goal to open the game, and all these power play opportunities gone for naught.
Geiser plays it around. Kicked up by Rosendiek. And now Roman, who has a goal in the game, takes the return pass. Feeds it back across for Liška with a shot, and Giannone makes the stop on that. Picked up by Liška. Back for German. German. Back around for Geiser. And now back is Geiser for it. Geiser won a Swiss League title with Zug last year. They won back-to-back titles in the Swiss League. Hischier spins that back and drops it off to Christian Marty. Meyer chips it back down, and in stride is Hischier. Hischier drops it back for Kurashev. They got straightened up there by Janešek. Lead pass goes to Sikora. Now knocked back to Igley. Meyer falls and dangerously in front of Takac, and Berchi picks it back up. And they got another too many men call, this time on the Slovaks. It's the 3rd too many men penalty. Now initially they pointed at the Slovak bench.
Swiss had the puck.
And it is Switzerland.
Holy cow. All right. Oh yeah, 6 guys, absolutely. Now that's too many men. There you go.
That's 6 guys in the play.
Well done, now to be on it.
It's amazing how many times that goes undetected.
Yeah, guys get out there, and the thing that draws your attention is when you scramble back to the bench out of control.
Right, and you dive back.
Right, you dive, right. You just kind of slide off there and nobody comes
back. Yeah.
Casual.
Disappear to the hedges like Homer Simpson. All right, so the Slovaks back to the power play here. The last one was, well, the last 2 have actually been quite interrupted. Slavkovsky. Back for Kristoff. Tied up along the boards. It goes back to Slavkovsky, who shields off Kukan. And here's Tatar with it. Tomáš Tatar. Feeds that back to Ferivari. Kristoff walks it back. Ferivari slaps it across. Tatar with a shot. Hit the crossbar. Kristoff to Ferivari. Back for Tatar. Tatar directing traffic. Goes back to Ferivari. In shoots. Hit a leg in front. Liška reaching for it. And now Kristoff brings it back around. Racing to it is Tatar. Moves around Suter. Liška for Ferivari. Across to Kristoff. Rink-wide pass for Tatar that was ticked away by Siegenthaler, but the line is held by Ferivari. Now chipped back for Liška. He finds Kristoff, shoots, he whistled that wide. Couldn't quite get the thing to sit for him. And right on the line, kept alive by Ferivari.
No, that was good. Wow.
That was onside.
That was onside. The near linesman called it good. Jake Davis on the far side called it out. It's right in front of us. 25 feet away. We had a great look at it. That one could have kept alive, but that was the best power play we've seen in a while. And Tatar gets the best look. Drives a one-timer off the crossbar. Plenty of heat on it. Beats everybody. No shortage of emotion on Tomáš Tatar in this tournament.
Not sure the replay board is always a good idea.
Well, if they're not going to show us up there, we're going to grab the iPad and check it anyways.
Sure enough, you're going to see it anyway, I guess. But Nemec dropped that back, but Lantoshi missed it. 40 seconds to go in the Slovak power play. A golden opportunity for the Slovaks to tie this game. Nemec spins back. Swiss penalty killing has been very good. They've allowed 1 goal on 10 opposition attempts coming in and have stymied the Slovaks here tonight, in addition to scoring a shorthanded goal. Manarek Plays it back around for Lantosio, trying to kick that back in front, picked up by Herzog. Fabrice Herzog winds in. 5 gone now in the third period. Final second of the Slovak power play, but they're at the wrong end of the ice as Meyer picks it up. Timo Meyer walks out, drops it back, and Glauser with a shot that Huska got a piece of. Kurashev steps back on. Nemetz lost the puck. Here comes Kurashev in with Meyer. Timo Meyer in, shoots, goes off a leg, and Sikora picks it up now for Slovakia. And that bounces into the Slovak bench. I was worried there's not too many men penalty called.
Every whistle, we're counting numbers up to 5. Let's see. Tomas Tatar still shaking his head, lamenting that last miss, knowing how hard it has been to create a good look. Finally gets one in his wheelhouse with the empty net, and he just rings it off the bar. We'll get a better look than that the rest of the game.
High off the glass, move back to center ice, Ivan. Now Marty, lead pass, finds Hischier in, shoots, scores! Nico Hischier! And Switzerland leads by 2.
A nifty little finish from Hischier on the break, but Marty makes it happen. Recognizing right away, he's got Hischier on the run, and a subtle little stick fake before he releases the puck. First got to flag it down as it rolls, settle it. Watch his blade. Little cradle there to make you think he might shoot it then. Take one more stride and then slip it 5-hole. That is nicely done. Just get that little slide from Huska to open up the 5-hole and a 2-goal lead.
Second year as captain in New Jersey, also wearing the captaincy here for Switzerland. Hischier's got his second goal of this World Championship. So for the first time in the game, the Swiss enjoy a 2-goal lead. In comes Slavkovsky, shoots, and Giannoni makes a stop on that. That came moments after Tatar hit the crossbar on that power play. Cheresnak. Rink wide to Janishik walking in. Shoots, bouncing back in front. Slavkovsky pokes that back to the corner. Herzog up for Ambul. Shoots. That was blocked by Ferivari. Corby plays it back. Got his Moser a drive, and Huska gets the blocker on that and knocks it up and out. Hischier has given Switzerland a 2-goal advantage. Back here in Helsinki on this Wednesday evening. 2022 World Hockey Championship in Tampere and Helsinki. The semifinals and bronze and gold medal games we played in Tampere at the new arena there.
Well, Switzerland looking to go to 4-0 in the tournament, setting up the showdown with Canada.
On Saturday, Canada's got Kazakhstan tomorrow.
So they'll likely be 4-0 as well.
Swiss have played Canada tough internationally over the years at the Olympics, World Championship, World Junior even. Herzog in, shoots, fired that high and wide. Ambiel plays it around. The Swiss have such a core of guys who have been together for so long.
A lot of familiar names year after year in this tournament.
Rosendig plays it around. Picked up by Regenda. And it's center ice. It was knocked down and brought in now by Corby. Enzo Corby. Flips it back across for Janis Moser. That's knocked down. Now Moser shoots. Tipped in front. Huska got a piece of that. Berchi swings back. Lead pass. Finds Turkov as Ivan steps into him and pokes that free, but Turkov gets it right back. To the point he goes. Glauser to Geiser. And Geiser shot deflects wide as Huska gets his goal stick on that. Geiser plays it back, and that bouncing shot goes wide. Now Geiser ranges back into the Swiss zone. Glauser sent that ahead, knocked down, and here's Lantoshi with it. First ever game between these two was a tie. Slovaks won the next 5, but the Swiss have won the last 2. Tishier banks it back ahead. That's knocked down by German. And Cheresnak works in, shoots, and that's steered easily away by Giannoni. Takac spins off Geiser, drops it back. Tomashi, a quick shot. Giannoni to stave on that. Now German knocks it down the line. Nifty move there by Mario German. Winds and shoots. That's blocked by Hischier. German pivots back in the corner again. Drops it back to Sikora. Feeds back, and the shot by Takac scores! Takac from a sharp angle, and the Slovaks are back in it.
Good, hard-working forecheck shift for Slovakia. And Takac has his second banked-in goal of the tournament as he puts this one off some bodies in front and then catches Geiser's skate.
Oh, wow.
And trickles over the line. Doesn't even get to the back of the net. Adam Sikora will pick up a point. And Giannoni deflects it into his defenseman's skate.
Wow.
But it all starts with that time in the offensive zone. German doing a great job on the blue line, hanging in there. And they've closed it back to within 1.
And lots of time left. When you think about the chances Slovakia's had in the power play, is that long shoot and knocked down by Huska. Janishik with it. Looking ahead for Slavkovsky. That'll be an icing call against the Slovaks.
Takac, who was involved in the collision with the linesman earlier in the second period, was a little bit shaken up. He stays in it. There's German down below the goal line. Not a bad idea. These angled shots do produce some strange caroms.
Sure.
And off the stick of Giannoni, off the skate of Geiser. And
Takac scored 1 goal at the Olympics. It was the 2-0 goal in the second period of the bronze medal game against Sweden.
Yep. Give him room to breathe. That was a big one. Slovakia's been resilient tonight for sure.
Slavkovsky up ahead for Christoph, bumps again. Christoph centers a tip just wide of the goal by Tatar. Oh, he's going to have nightmares tonight. Christoph tied up by Egley. Now loose for Tatar. Banks that back at the point. Janishik shoots. A Swiss player from the bench was dangling over the boards, waving his hand in front of the puck.
Yeah. As long as you don't interfere with anyone.
Tatar feeds that back and shot back in. Now loose at the side of the goal. Slavkovsky shoots, rebound. Oh, Tatar missed again. Tatar had an open net and missed it. Oh no.
Oh my.
Janishek back across. Rosendiek centers it, that bounced away. Now a chance for Suter. 1-on-1 with Janishek and flips it back down. Huss got to be careful with that. Oh my goodness.
Tatar can barely get to the bench.
That stick has no chance.
Don't forget to check out the fan zone in the mall of Tripla. Maybe tomorrow, day after that. Plenty of things to see over there. Merchandise, of course, Miracle, mascot, DJs playing interesting interviews. And of course, you can check out all the matches from the big screen with other ice hockey fans. Mall of Tripla, fan zone, check it out.
Great to be back in one of the great old barns in Europe. Ice Hall in Helsinki, the home of IFK Helsinki of the KHL, or the Finnish League rather. And oh, Thomas Tatar spent the last 90 seconds just beside himself.
There's not a bad seat in the house unless you're Thomas Tatar, because he cannot believe the chances he has missed in this game. Okay, a one-timer off the crossbar earlier. Take a look at his night's work. There's one off the bar. Could have been a tire. Here's another one tipped just wide, and maybe
this one.
The last. It's quick and it's in tight, but oh, gaping net. He hits the post, and
he's had a good night.
It's been his best game.
Like, he's been really good. It could be so much better.
And you're right. He will be having a tough time sleeping if they do not tie this game.
Fora moves in across the Slovak line. A 4-3 lead for Switzerland. Can the Slovaks tie this game for a third time? Bounces back down. Fervari's made a difference in the lineup tonight for Slovakia.
A little more stability, a little more physical size back there. Good speed.
Legenda sends it ahead. And Amanarek.
This has been Slovakia's best game as well. That's a good opponent.
They beat France 4-2 in their opener, but they were a little sloppy in that one.
Switzerland is not France.
Lantoshi. Now Lantoshi. Going to swing that back across, but Cheresnak has to wait and fire it back down. This was over the scoring in this game with a short-handed goal. 52 seconds in. Kuka. Up to Berchi. Well, look out, losing the side of the goal, a little misplay there. And now Roman for Lishka. And now Lishka fires it down to the corner. Lantoshi looking for it. Siegenthaler goes back. Kuka. Up into Sherve. Hishir. There's the fourth Swiss goal. Swings back. Inside 8 to go in the third period. Been a good game. Lots going on, and there's an icing call against the Swiss.
Back and forth they've gone. Switzerland has not trailed in this game. This stands to be the game-winning goal. Great angle of it here from Marti up to Hishir. Very cool. And slip it.
Finland and Sweden are going to overtime in Tampere. That game available on TSN 5. Yeah. Just to, you know, ratchet up the crowd a little more. Give them some overtime hockey.
There'll be enough drama as is between those two long-time rivals.
Face off, controlled by the Swiss as Hishir won it. Marty plays around for Siegenthaler. Kristoff stepped into him. Slavkovsky trying to knock that down, and Janishek keeps it alive as he plays it back in. Siegenthaler out the other side for Marty. Slovakia pressing here, and icing called against the Swiss.
In Tampere, the score between Team Finland and
Marzi was the
Team
nice
Sweden
passer up to Hischer on the
is
go-ahead
2-2
goal.
after
Fourth
third
goal
period.
for Switzerland.
And
Slovakia wants them to hurry up and drop the puck. Bit of a tired group. Switzerland playing the old, we're not quite sure who was on the ice game. And Sikora getting a run late in the game as well, as his ice time is ticked up in this one.
Craig Ramsey has not been afraid to play these three teenagers. Got Nemetz out there as well, and here's Nemetz with it. Long wrist shot that was blocked in front by Hischer. And Siegenthaler banks it ahead, finds Kurashev. Kurashev moves in as the Swiss are changing. Poked at by Nemetz. Ferravari gives a couple of cross checks to Malgin.
Shoves.
Just light one.
Gentle shove. Look at crazy Karam.
Bad bounce, goes right to Kurashev. In shoots, he fired it wide. Wow.
Got the Zamboni entrance stanchion.
Kurashev back in for Meyer. Tamashi. Tied up there by Malgin. Malgin works it free. It was Malgin who scored the goal. Short-handed, less than a minute in.
Look out.
And look out, Lischka hammered down by Fora.
A lot of knee-on-knee action.
Lischka's grabbing his knee here. Adam Lischka.
Referees are going to get together and talk about this.
So the referees and the linesmen are talking here.
Michael Fora tries to step up. When you play defense, skating forward, it can be a big hit. But if you don't time it perfectly, it can be tricky. And there's a body in that collision, but there's also a lot of right knee on right knee for Lischka. Good look at it.
Yeah, that's knee on knee, right?
Yeah, and even though Lischka does cut inside, that's a trip. At the very least, that's a trip. Gotta be.
So they've talked it over, and the result is
major penalty under review. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, they're going to take a look at this, and they have the ability to do that, to call majors.
Slovakia want to try to carry Lischka off here. And
so you got 6:27 to go. If this is a major, you're looking at a 5-minute power play.
In a 1-goal game with 6.5 left.
Well, at very least, it's a trip.
It's a trip, yeah.
I don't know if it's a. What do you think? You think it's a 5-minute kneeing penalty?
I don't think so, because Forrest's leg does not seem to track sideways. You know, he goes in straight, and Lischka dives out. Yeah, he's dangling that leg out there, but it doesn't. Forrest's right leg doesn't drift right into Lischka. It's a trip, 100%. It's a trip. So we'll see.
They have changed the rule this year on these. I don't know if you can call a minor penalty on this. I think you can only do a video review for a major penalty.
Major or nothing?
I think that might be the case.
This is a pivotal point in the game.
I'll have to check it, but as I say, that rule changed, so.
We can see it coming. It's all shin on shin, a little knee on knee. Clearly a trip. Undoubtedly, for sure, a trip. Fora probably knows he didn't quite square that one up the way he wanted to. And so they're done. Let's see what the decision is.
After video review, the call on the ice of a major penalty for kneeing is confirmed.
There you go. So that's a 5. Man, this game has had a bit of everything. So the referees were able to watch it.
Yeah.
How about the video review booth?
Now the key here is they called a major penalty.
Call on the ice was a 5-minute.
So they could have
major.
reduced it to 2. In that case, they can reduce it to 2. So look at this. Fora gets 5 in a game.
One more look at it. Lischka cuts middle. He does get him on the knee. You know what? He does. He does get him right around the base of the knee. Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it again, Gord. We see it on that replay. First inclination is trip, but it's really pretty close. So they've got 5 on the board for Fora. He will be out of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Patrick Fisher wants a word. He's down in front of his players. And there goes Fora to the dressing room.
The 7th power play of the game for Slovakia.
And they're over.
Yep. And
they've given up a shorty.
Yes, they're underwater.
Call is made. You know, he's trying to get an explanation, but there's not a chance in the world they're going to take it back now. Relatively civilized exchange.
So here you go, Slovakia power play. Kristoff taking the face-off against Berchi. Slavkovsky back to Ferivari for Kristoff. Now, the other factor here is at what point would Slovakia think of pulling the goaltender?
Not
Make it a
for
6
a long
on
time.
Can make it a 6-on-4. Long shot by Ferivari, blocked in front. Siegenthaler falls. The Swiss hollering that should be a penalty on Slavkovsky. Tatar to Ferivari. Back for Tomáš Tatar, who's been snake bitten here in the 3rd period. Tatar drops that back. Ferivari for Kristoff. Kristoff back to Ferivari, winds and shoots. That's blocked. Tatar back for Ferivari. Tatar winds and shoots and don't even save, and he hangs on. And now Slavkovsky being wrestled to the ice by Kuka, and I think there's going to be another penalty coming here.
There should be a penalty on 97. Siegenthaler there. Slavkovsky's around the front of the net, looking for a rebound, and Siegenthaler put him in a headlock.
They're taking Siegenthaler out. I'm not sure if he's the only one, but
he should be.
The referee pointed right at him.
Wow.
5-on-3 now.
That's the right call, and that's a dump. What's Siegenthaler? So Slavkovsky didn't do anything. You can't just rope.
He was mad because he tripped him earlier.
Doesn't mean you can headlock him to the ice, take his helmet off. So here we go. They've already had a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
They've already called a timeout to set up that 5-on-3.
So they don't have a timeout. So
no timeout here for Slovakia. Slavkovsky needs a new helmet because his helmet was damaged in the exchange.
And nothing fits right now. Who's got a big head? Give me your helmet.
This is great. Some levity here. There's the interference that Siegenthaler was hoping to get, and that's, I mean, that's not a penalty. It's not a penalty on Slavkovsky there.
Oh. Patrick Fisher just got warned by the official.
And this one is a penalty.
97! Only 97!
You know what?
Hey!
Refs have handled these last 2 minutes well. They've made all the right calls.
So a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes as part of a 5-minute power play. Now Nemitz to Tatar. Tatar drops it back. Nemitz with a shot that was blocked by Moser. Back to Nemitz. Across to Tatar. That backdoor pass was blocked by Glauser. Here's Nemitz back with it. Ferivari slides that down to Kristoff. Slavkovsky is parked in front. Nemitz, Ferivari, Tatar, that skipped through his feet. Tatar, back for Nemitz. Ferivari to Tatar. Tomáš Tatar walks right in, feeds across. Ferivari centers it. Kristoff shoots, and Janoni makes the stop. Ferivari trying to center it now. Slavkovsky to Nemitz. Nemitz down to Kristoff. Kristoff back for Tatar. Tomáš Tatar back for Kristoff. Shoots, it goes off a skate into the corner to Tatar. And now at the line, held by Kristoff. 45 seconds to go on the first penalty. Kristoff feeds it across. Nemeth shoots. He hammered it wide and it goes down the ice. You'd never think about going to a 6-on-3, would you?
No.
A 3-man advantage?
No. Too many bodies out there. 5 is plenty.
And that play is offside at the Swiss line. They're going to a shootout in Tampere between Finland and Sweden. No drama there.
Plenty of drama here as well. That was an excellent job by the Swiss penalty killers.
Yeah.
Rotating, shot lanes, strong in front of the net, challenging loose pucks when they could. Really well done.
Easier slaps that right down the ice.
That's almost going to end the 5-on-3. There's still going to be 2:20 of a 5-on-4.
Right. Lantoshi drops that back for Lischka, who's back out there on the power play after having his leg hurt. Cheresnak for Takac. Cheresnak. Lantoshi swings it across. Takac fires. Save made by Giannoni. Siegenthaler steps back on the ice for Switzerland and sends it down the ice. So still a long power play here for the Slovaks, but time winding down, and now you start thinking about maybe a goalie pull.
Minute 40 or so.
Lischka banks that back to Lantoshi. Being harassed there by Perchi, plays it back to Cheresnak. Back in the corner, Lantoshi spins away from Glauser. Cheresnak puts it back across. Lischka centering pass. He was trying to find the stick of Takac. Lantoshi and Takac ripped that wide. Lischka races to it. In the corner is Regenda. Tied up there by Moser. Minute and a half to go in this power play. Cheresnak back for Lischka. Takac back for Lischka. The Cheresnak steps into that shot that was partly blocked as Sherbe dove, got in the way of that. He gets a huge embrace from his teammates.
Look at the penalty killers go to work celebrating. You don't see that. They should. That's like scoring a goal, stopping a goal. Sherway doing a number while short.
2:45 to go here in the third. They mistakenly went to break here, so they've quickly stopped that. But Adam Huska goes to the bench. 2:45 to go in the period. 1:18 to go on the power play. You think too soon?
No, because you want to give your chance to get full possession. You'd rather do it on the fly once you're set up, because the scramble draw on the faceoff could be trouble.
6-on-4 power play. Face-off won cleanly by Kristoff. Back to Ferivari. In for Tomas Tatar. Down to Slavkovsky. Brings it back around to Tatar. Tomas Tatar. He got tied up there by Suter. Kristoff wins it back for Ferivari.
There's the pass.
Rink wide. Nemeth walks in a backdoor pass. Tatar hooked that wide. Another chance at the side of the goal. That's 4 scoring chances for Tatar. That was offside. Suter looks for the empty net and fires it down.
Tons of time. 45 seconds on the power play. Still 2:10 on the clock.
Tatar with another chance. That was a tough one.
That was a tougher one.
Kristoff banks that back to Ferivari. Inside 2 to go in the third period. Nemeth to Slavkovsky. Takac tried to center it. Slavkovsky back to Takac. At the line is Ferivari. Slavkovsky. Takac centers a bouncing puck in the sound goal. Hit Kukan. Now Ferivari. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Slavkovsky. Takac through the crease. Giannoni reaching down. The puck squirts free.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And play is called As the referee lost sight of the puck, 5 seconds to go in the power play.
He thought the puck was still in the pile. He couldn't see it. Bodies were crashing all over the place. He blows it down as mayhem down in front. And there you see, it's a quick whistle. As Slovakia had their looks. There's Tatar one more time. It is a tough one-timer to execute, but he would expect himself to be able to. So now, 5 seconds left in the power play. Wholesale change to keep the goalie out for Slovakia. And really try to win this face-off to get full control.
And now,
Switzerland's livid.
Switzerland's the home team here, has the last change.
You're not going to force the goalie back in. What? Did they?
Are they calling
Are
illegal?
they giving a delay a game? They can't be.
Team Slovakia, bench minor penalty for delaying the game.
They are. And Craig Ramsey, you saw them trying to maneuver players around. Fisher was hollering right away.
Let's go, both of you. 2 minutes, nothing. I give the warning.
I'm having a hard time with that call. Got to manage the situation.
I mean, by the letter of the law.
Stop with the letter of the law. They don't referee games by the letter of the law. Recognize the situation and act appropriately.
That's a tough call. Oh. That is a... I hope that referee drives home at exactly the speed limit tonight.
Right. Full stop, every stop sign. So now it's a power play through the end of the game for Switzerland.
Right. Khrushchev steps back on. Moser's got it.
He was there serving the 5-minute major to Fora for the knee, right? I believe.
Wow. This has been quite a night. By the way, Sweden beat Finland in a shootout in Tampere. Emo Bemstrom, the shootout winner. Paravari. Slide to Ed Slavkovsky. And Tatar back with it.
I'm going to get Hushka out of the net now if he can, no?
I guess. They're gesturing for him to go. Here he comes. Lantoshi moves in. Slovakia's not going to tie Switzerland in any kind of three-way tie scenario, so you don't really care. Suter tries to poke that ahead. And now fires at the empty net, hit the goal post. Final minute of the third period. Herzog shoots, scores! Fabrice Herzog, empty net goal. And Switzerland once again leads by 2.
It's always tough. You pull the goalie while shorthanded. You're playing even up and you're pushing forward. And Herzog able to corral a loose puck after Pseudo rings one off the post. And Malgin sends it in front. Well, I'm exhausted after these last 6 minutes of this game. It has been something. And Slovakia won't get the result they're wanting. But they pushed.
Yeah, they did.
They pushed.
But they've lost 3 in a row after their opening game win, assuming this score holds up.
They lost to Canada, to Switzerland, to Germany.
So they've got Kazakhstan, Italy, Denmark left.
And it will likely come down to their last game against Denmark. They
probably have to run the table to make the quarterfinals, which was their goal.
Right.
Well, Switzerland never trailed this game. The Slovaks had their moments in the third period, but Switzerland will win it by a score of 5-3. And look out, flying in is German.
Sherway took a little crack at Sakura.
And Janishik is into it with Turkov.
They didn't like that he finished his check at the end of the game. Clock still has seconds on it. You're allowed to hit. You got the puck. Be ready to be hit. These tempers have been flaring for a while. This game got pretty chippy towards the end. Lots of penalties.
Yeah. Lots of bench penalties, too. 3 too many men calls, a delay of game for a bad change, or a late change. So the Swiss have won 3 in a row against Slovakia overall.
Shot on goal in the third period.
A very good chance it'll be a showdown of a couple of 4-0 teams on Saturday.
Shot on goal in the mid-car game.
For first in the group between Switzerland and Canada. They've done what they were supposed to do, beat the teams they are supposed to beat. This one was close. There's a lot going on for the officials in this game. Lost the linesman midway through.
Yeah. Time now for the player of the game presentations and then the Swiss national anthem.
The best players of each team will be awarded with the official watch by Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by, for Slovakia, representative of Raiffeisen Bank International, Martin Kubik. For Switzerland, General Manager of Team Switzerland, Lars Weibel. The best player of Team Slovakia, number 40, Miloš Roman.
We got an early goal. Seems like an eternity ago, but was part of the scoring for Slovakia.
The best player of Team Switzerland, number 13, Nico Hischier.
Well, Hischier scored the big breakaway goal in the third period,
which did stand up to be the game winner. Was involved in a lot of the penalty killing, which is a big part of this game for Switzerland.
And Switzerland came here with a very good team, and they have lived up to that promise so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able to for the national anthem of winning team Switzerland. Hyvät naiset herrat, jos pystytte, pyydämme nousemaan ylös kuulemaan voittajajoukkue Sveitsin kansallishymnin. The 2022 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship Tournament will continue tomorrow here in Helsinki Ice Hall at 4:20 p.m. Team Germany meeting Team Denmark and Helsingin jäähallussa jälleen huomenna kello 16.20 ottelua Saksa-Tanska ja iltaottelussa kello 20.20 Kanada kohtaa Kazakstania. Tervetuloa!
Timo, with the victory tonight, Switzerland stays undefeated, now a perfect 4-0. What's the biggest strength of this team?
Yeah, it definitely feels great. You know, that's the start we wanted. Obviously, some games that we knew that we had to win. Today was a tough one, but we've been finding ways to win games, which is really important in tournaments like that. Even if it, doesn't go your way, you got to find ways to get those points. And we did a great job today with killing off penalties and doing all the right things.
Your next opponent is Canada, who is also undefeated at this point of the tournament. How do you ensure you keep your momentum going?
Yeah, we got to prepare the right way. They're a really good team. They got a lot of skill, a lot of speed. So we got to make sure we recover now, get ready for that game, and we got to bring our A game for that one for sure. Okay.
Your teammate, Andre Ombuel, tied the record for the most games played at the World Championship tonight. What kind of legacy is he leaving on Swiss hockey?
Ja, ist unglaublich. Bin aufgewachsen, ihm zuzuschauen bei der WM und jetzt da mit ihm spielen und bei so etwas dabei sein, ist extrem speziell und ja, wird für alle ein spezieller Moment.
Timo, thank you.
Thank you very much.
A late great 5-on-3 opportunity. There was plenty of physicality out there. What was the intensity level tonight?
It was so high like every game, and we just didn't score that goal in 5-on-3. And if you have 5 minutes power play and also 5-on-3, you need to score. But didn't happen, so that's it.
After your goal tonight, you had your fists pumping, you were looking up to the sky. What was going through your mind in that moment?
I was happy that it went finally in after a couple games, and I just tried to shoot more and try to get some more, but didn't happen today.
Martin Feravari joined your team tonight. What does he contribute to your roster?
It's so good, like when the guy who played whole season in NHL comes to your team, and it brings the team up. But yeah, we just need one more step to win the games. Yeah.
A lot of scouts are here watching you perform. Does that add any nerves?
Ani nie, mne sa hrá dobre proste a snažím sa len robiť všetko naplno, aby videli, že hrám tímovo, a to je všetko asi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.